Hello, Kentucky All State Trombonists. My name is Brad Kerns. I'm the professor of trombone here at the University of Kentucky. And this video is designed to give you a few pointers on your all-state music for the trials that you have coming up in the coming months. Some excellent selections for your two etudes, the Rochut and the Pas d'Air. Just really nice. They both show off different sides of your playing, and you want to draw the judge, you want to draw their attention to that. And to make the judges aware that you understand why they ask you to play a Rochut. And we'll start with that. So the reason they ask you to play a Rochut, they want to hear you play with a beautiful sound. They want to hear your lyricism. They want to hear your sense of musicality. There's no mistake that they chose the key that it's in. They want to hear that you can play in tune, that you can play in fifth position in tune. So, this is a really nice 28 measures here out of this Rochut. It's a beautiful, beautiful Rochut. So, again, try to get in the side of the judge's head just a little bit. Why do they want to hear you play a Rochut? Sound. They want to hear you play with the best sound possible. And I don't know the typical order they might ask this in, but they might ask this first because they really want to hear, what do you sound like? So that's going to be the number one, actually on both of the etudes, is sound. Play with a beautiful sound. You can't go wrong with that. A couple things, a couple little pointers with this involved with the Rochut. One thing that I would maybe draw your attention to is the use of some alternate positions in this key. You have some G flats in fifth, and typically it might be a good idea if you're passing to an F, you might want to use the F in sixth. And this is just a suggestion. You might love it or you might not, and it's in no way a mandatory type pedagogical thing. It's just a suggestion, so you can try it. You might like, I personally like the F in fourth in measure 14. I like the ability to, in this lyric type of playing, to be able to keep the half steps in the same partial. So it alleviates a little bit of that bump we might get crossing partial. So I'll play a little bit at 13, show you a little bit what I'm talking about as far as the F in fourth and 14. So fourth to third. Remember, it's a sharp fourth of that partial. You need to raise it just a bit, and a reminder that the G flat is going to be a sharp third, so you got to pull it up just a little bit. Another example might be that some of the Fs in the lower octave going from G flat to F. You might want to just put it in sixth. Again, just you can try an example be like 19, measure 19, just to see if that works for you. It might not. But let's see, another thing, grace notes. These are not a typical instrumental grace note. You know, to something we might hear in a Arbin, you know, Carnival of Venice, something, you know, something like that. We're going to kind of flip the grace notes off to the side, and they're not really, they're more of an embellishment than anything. But in a Rochut, this was not written for trombone. That we've stolen these from the vocal area. So these were used in a vocal way. Okay, so you want to give them full value, but even from a vision standpoint, they even look really small. So we're kind of fighting an uphill battle with these. But you want to give them full value. You don't want to just toss them aside like we might in other styles. Of music. So an example, I'll play just a little bit. I'll start at 15, and I'll play, maybe this is the way to not do it. I'll try that first. Okay, so, you know, we probably want to avoid that because it almost would sound like a hiccup if a vocalist were imitating what I just did. And we don't want it to sound like a hiccup. We want it to be a part of the fluid line. And so again, instead of so that's just a couple things on the Rochut. Again, sound. Play with a beautiful sound, a beautiful lyric sound, and grace notes, full value, and key. Be careful of those G flats and D flats, and experiment with some alternate positions that can help you create that lyric side. You might want to practice this with even just doing some glissing. Take the tongue out of the equation just so that you can teach your aperture, where am I headed in this? Where am I crossing a partial, or I'm staying in the same partial? Feel free to do some of that, some glissing. That might help out. So again, good luck with this. This is a great piece of music to be working on. So that's all for this one. I'm going to turn the camera off just for a moment and get set up and do a little bit on the pot air. So thanks a lot and good luck.